Oh, we should review the game, Julie.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's probably the most different game we've ever played.
It is very unique as a game, as a gameplay experience.
Um, it's a mix of, somewhat open world, and, like, it's nice that you can kind of choose what you want to do.
Uh-huh.
I do think the Tall Tales, like, the main story missions are a little too long.
Yeah. Well, the fact that I can't even believe that there were times when you couldn't save the progress.
Oh,
I
that's
couldn't
ridiculous.
even, like, it's like if something happens when you're in the middle of doing it, it's like, well, oh well,
Yeah.
start over. But, it saves our progress now, so that's good.
I feel like the attention to detail is really good.
Yeah.
There's just all kinds of little things that you can do. Like, you can play sea shanties. You can get drunk on your boat. You can lock somebody up in the brig. And I feel like it's also a nice mix of random events.
Yes.
Like, it's a shark attack or a kraken attack, ghost ship, skeleton ship, other people's ships.
Yeah.
Are they shooting at us?
Who?
That boat. Did you not just see that boat?
The one I was looking at?
Yeah, they just fired something through the sky.
I don't know. I didn't see anything firing.
Okay.
I think like one of the true like tests of the, I don't know if you want to say it's like genuineness of an open world game or a free flow game like this. It's like, how often do random things happen in a random order and make you feel like it's a genuine original experience?
Yes.
And I totally feel that way with this game. Like you're on, like last night I didn't stream, but I was just finishing up a Tall Tale that we didn't finish before. And what happened was I was like on the island. I was getting a story quest item. I had a key in my hand and I started swimming towards shore with the key. And I'm like, oh, there's my boat. I'm going to go get on my boat. And I was like, that's weird. The lanterns are on. I didn't turn the lanterns on my boat. Turns out it wasn't my boat. It was somebody else's boat. And then I ran into him, and we're just like kind of like looking at each other like,
hey,
uh-oh, hey. And it's just like things like that are just these really weird kind of like genuine real moments, that the game has.
Just slightly north.
Just kind of like when we played the one round, and it seemed like everything in the game happened to us in one go. We fought the Kraken, we fought the Megalodon, we fought a ghost ship, we fought a actual ship of people.
Yes.
Like we sank, we had to swim, we got marooned on an island. Literally every single thing that it seems like can happen in this game happened to us in one playthrough.
In one playthrough.
And it was like we made it into a 20-minute highlight and called it the Odyssey.
Because it really was like that.
Because it really was like this epic quest.
So we're going to be going through, let's see, Isle of Last Words. It looks like the waters there are very choppy in the wilds.
Is that thing on your screen still?
What thing?
No. Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah, it goes away sometimes.
You can drive if you want. So there's just like these very genuine kind of situations, or like when it's like, oh, we have a quest, and by coincidence, it's that we have to go to. It's the island that's got the frickin' ghost ships around it, so we have to like find a way to sneak onto the island and escape.
Which you can't.
Yeah, and so in terms of like, I feel like this is a really good example of the way an open world multiplayer game should be, where it's allowing players and circumstances to create original experiences for people, where you have to figure out how to do things. You have to be creative.
And also, I feel like this game, you can play it alone, but I do feel like it'd be a lot more difficult alone.
So that's the really good thing about the game, I think, is that like, because these things are original, it's like you remember them because it's happening because of what you're doing.
Yes.
Like, you are generating the story of the game.
How are we looking on the map?
But all right, so that's the good stuff. Go more
More
east now.
Okay.
Go like due east, yeah.
All right.
So on the flip side,
There's a
there are
boat at
some
that island.
things that are, kind of frustrating, kind of tedious. The tall tales sometimes like they don't. I think like for the tall tales, understand like they don't kick you off in the right way to make it so that you can understand the way the puzzle is functioning.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times with a puzzle game, it's like you just need to get started to know exactly what the game is asking of you, and then you can solve the puzzle. But it's just like it starts out, it's like, I went to where the
You
birds
have
were,
to
and you're
use the
like,
guide. You have to. You will not get it.
yeah, and it's like, well, what do you mean where the birds were? Like, what does that mean? Oh, there's a ship like right ahead of us. It's also at the island. So go to the left side of the island.
Okay.
It's also at the island. Um, so there's certain things where it's like if you haven't been playing the game for months, and I understand the Tall Tales came in later, but it's like if you haven't been playing the game for months, you're not gonna know what that's referring to.
No.
Like people who have been playing the game for a while are like, oh, that's whatever island, that's this island, that's that island.